New things and new seasons often call for new rhythms and a lot of grace. One verse that has been impressed in my heart since the beginning of 2025 is Isaiah 43, verse 19. I'm going to read the Passion Translation. I am doing something brand new, something unheard of. Even now, it sprouts and grows and matures. Do you perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and open up flowing streams in the desert. His grace is enough. God's grace is enough. His love is abounding. There's verses I'm going to put in the caption with a prayer as well. But why is it so hard for us to show ourselves grace, even in the times of the new or the unfamiliar or the busy or all the things? Why is it so hard for us to rest, to show ourselves grace? In the midst of a busy week last week, my youngest had a virus and he was fussy and he had 4 molars coming in plus another tooth that I just noticed. They were all tag teaming their way through his gums. And so he needed extra comfort, extra hugs. And I was blessed to be able to be that person for him. And I also was tired that week. I needed extra grace and I needed extra rest. And still with sports and a birthday party and birthdays, there was so much to do and who had time for that? And yet there was every opportunity to comfort my son and his time of need and to cover him with love and grace. And when it came to myself again, who had time? And I kept praying to God, help me prioritize if there was something I needed to not be doing or something if I needed to be doing everything to provide me his strength. God, I can't do this, but you can do all things. So Lord, equip me, give me your strength. You are my strength. And as my body was exhausted and I was crying out for rest, and on that Monday came and I could barely move my neck, and I paused again and asked the Lord, after all this, the blessed of a weekend, that all the blessings and all the fun times, I was like, okay, I'm tired. And I was like, God, what do you have for me? What is the word you have for me? What do I do? And he reminded me to rest, return to rest, resist the hustle, put down the list today, and be replenished. And he brought me to Hebrews 4, verse 1. Therefore, since the promise of entering his rest still stands, let us be careful that none of you be found to have fallen short of it. Rest securely. In Hebrews here, we are reflecting back to the ancient Israelites who failed to enter rest. Therefore, they did not enter the promise and the blessing. And so let's not make the same mistake, but instead, let's be careful not to become complacent. And instead, may we continue to take the next step of obedience. May we recognize that we are not God. Let God be God, but also recognize in his word, God even rested. Therefore, may we rest securely, knowing that it's not in our own works, but what Jesus already did. Rest in God's grace. Rest is active obedience, trusting that the Lord will take care of us. How are you going to rest today? How are you going to be replenished?